Is it live? Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Okay, cool. The last time that I tried to do a Facebook Live thing, it was not functioning, and so I'm doing this one on my own to make sure it actually is functioning. But hello. Okay, so today it's going to be a quick video. It's not going to be really long. I want to talk about down payment assistance programs. Um, so California has a lot of down payment assistance programs. They're typically called DPAs, so I'll just refer to them as such for the rest of the chat. DPAs are typically geared towards first-time home buyers, and a lot of it ends up going to waste because people don't know about it, and that's why I'm hopping on here so that the word can be spread. I want to first explain that there are multiple different types of grants, and there's different ways to take advantage of them. The first type of grant, DPAs, are essentially gifts. They don't ever have to be repaid. They are few and far between, but they exist. They're out there. Again, it's a grant. You're granted the money, and then you never have to pay it back. And it'll be put towards closing costs. It can be put towards down payment programs. It can be put towards the mortgage itself. Now, the second type of DPA is essentially a second mortgage that has to be paid down along with the main mortgage. Essentially, there's a loan A and there's a loan B. Now, the third type of loans, programs, DPAs, is also a loan with deferred payments, which really only have to be paid typically when you move, sell, refinance, or pay off the house. So the first one was a grant. The second one was a loan. The third one is a loan. The fourth one, you guessed it, it is a loan. Those, however, are typically forgiven over a set number of years. It's often 5, but up to 15 or 20 years. And they only need repaying if you move, resell, sell it, or refinance. DPAs are typically regulated to just first-time home buyers, and they're also regulated to low to moderate income. And each program has its own sets of rules and stipulations that have to be applied. Read up on them, read reviews, call me. I'll help you research however I can. We want to make sure that whatever programs you end up using are actually beneficial for you and your family. Now, there's a general consensus of what the criteria is for DPAs, and typically they have to be the primary residence, in that you can't buy a place, not live in it, keep living with your folks, and rent it out so that you can make some money. That's not what the programs were designed for. That's not what the programs are supposed to do, so they don't allow them. Typically, if you buy a home with using a DPA, the home has to be in a targeted census tract. And that typically means that 70% of the population of that area has to be within a certain income level. They essentially don't want you taking this program and buying a mansion in Beverly Hills. And that being said, like, the minimum requirements and the tracts are pretty reasonable. You won't end up in some slum area. And I'll show you how you can find loans that specifically help you out in areas that you want. Normally, DPAs are used in conjunctions with approved mortgage programs, in that, like, there's a DPA and it has to be used with the same company who provided the DPA as a mortgage. It might have the same terms and interest rates as your local bank or credit union. Sometimes DPAs make sense for you, sometimes they don't, and it's just a matter of sussing it out if it is or not. And that's what a good realtor and a good mortgage lender is going to help you figure out. I want to be really clear about DPAs. A lot of lenders don't actually like working with them, and it can be a bit of a hassle to work with. You'll be adding another agency to the mix when you're buying a home, alongside with your title, insurance, escrow, inspectors, sellers agents, all that stuff. The more people that you add into the mix, the more stress there's going to be. That being said, it can be a really great way for you to get into a home if you're struggling to come up with the funds for a down payment, which in Southern California, they are quite large. That being said, side note, okay, so most people tend to think that 20% is still the norm for a down payment for a property. It's not. Most buyers put down 5 to 10%, and there's even a lot of programs that allow 3.5%. 20% is a lot of money in California. Forget about it. Get it out of your head. It's not common. I've never seen it. Take that with what you will. I'm going to share my screen really quick and show you how you can find DPAs that will work for you, and the areas that you guys want to live in. Just give me un minute. No. Let's just go here. Yeah, all right. And then we're actually going to browse as a guest so that it's completely pure, as you will. So type in CAR down payment assistance. Oh no, it's not showing. Hold on one sec. Oh no, it is. I lied. No, it's not. Okay. CAR down payment assistance. Yes. Okay. Now, ignore this. Ignore this. Ignore this. This is all car stuff. I typed in CAR specifically for California Association of Realtors. You're going to keep scrolling down until you see Down Payment Resource Directory. Click on that sucker. Cool. This is it right here. Let me know if I'm going too quick for y'all. So fill out the following 3-step pre-screening forms in order to blah, 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 blah. You guys can read that. If it's confusing to you, click watch this video. However, it should be pretty simple to follow and pretty straightforward. If it's not, please let me know. Enter the street address or zip code of a specific property, or start typing in a general search field and pick a neighborhood, city, and county from the menu. I went ahead and typed in, let's just type in Glassell Park. Okay. This is a pretty finicky site. And sometimes it won't register that Glassell Park is an actual area unless you, yeah, see, finicky. There we go. Okay. Click on it. If you don't click on it, sometimes it's like, we didn't pick an area to pick. And no, yes, I did. These are the programs thus far that is eligible just by picking a city. Now let's type in an estimated sales price of $750. I'm just throwing a number out there. I saw a property earlier today that was around $700 for a 3-bedroom 2 in Glassell Park. And anyways, Glassell Park neighborhood in Los Angeles, $750. Let's keep it as a single family home. Is the home in foreclosure? Let's go with no, because it's gonna be a pain in the butt if it is. Household information, include yourself, spouse, children, other adults, and senior dependents. 4, let's just assume it's a regular nuclear family. Do you currently own a home? I'm gonna assume no. What is your annual income? Type in whatever is yours. I'm just gonna toss in 55. Big ones, still match with 22 programs. Are you or a co-borrower a veteran? Let's just type in yes. 23. Okay, so it went up once the program found that there was a veteran in the family, or that was going to be one of the co-borrowers. Special circumstances. Do you or a coworker work? Do you or co-buyer work in these professions? Type the ones whichever is applicable to you. Let's just click them and see. All right, doesn't go up, but that's all right. Likely whatever it was registered when I hit, are you a veteran? Are you disabled? I'm going with no. Are you a co-borrower? No. Are you a surviving spouse of blah, blah, blah? No. Let's just go with view programs now and see what comes up for us. There's 23 programs for Glassell Park that are eligible based on the criteria that I typed in thus far. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less. Sometimes you might even see that it says out of funds somewhere. Nevertheless, let's just click on the very first one, learn more, okay? So these California Housing Finance, HFA, is a lender that works with the government to help first-time home buyers, okay? It's pretty easy to get a lot of information here, literally customer service, provider's phone number, and a bunch more information. Click on these links, call those phone numbers, get yourself some help. I'm going to type in a specific program that I'm a big fan of. Oh, God. I'm gonna make this bigger really quick. Oh man. Anyways, let's go here. I'm gonna Google this program, Shafa, because it's one of my favorite grants. There's a lot of really great benefits to it, and I think more people need to know about it, which is why I'm doing this chat. Go ahead and click the very first link. And that, by the way, I'll type this all into the link, into the comment section. So if you're like, oh, this is too much clicking, no worries. It's going to be down there for you to view it yourself. Funds are now available. This is an actual grant. It is not a loan. It is not a mortgage. It's a grant, meaning, if you remember from the top, that this is actually free. Obviously, you have to meet the criteria that is required, but that's, that's what it is. You got to work with what you got. I'm going to scroll down a little bit down here to participating lenders. Now, this is where the stuff gets really valuable. Click on this, right? Here are the names, companies, emails, and phone numbers of people specifically working with Shafa. So this is, again, a grant. You do not need to repay it. Call these people, get more information, find out if you and your family are eligible. It doesn't hurt to try. And anyways, that's it. That's all I've got. Hopefully this is helpful. I don't know if it is or not, but I like doing it, so I'm going to keep doing it. Again, all the links are going to be down there. Give me a call, guys. I'm happy to help, however. Even if you're a renter, there's somebody who texted me last month and was like, my landlord's doing this thing and it's weird. And I was like, that's weird. Let's figure this out. And I gave as much information as I could and helped out when and where I could. Hit me up, guys. Happy to help however I can. Peace and love.